The Cleveland Browns have no plan right now. I think everything has failed, and it's time to press the panic button. They were unable to sign any QB this offseason, besides Flacco, because nobody wanted to come play for this team, which makes sense. Now Shedeur Sanders is falling in mock drafts, and people don't see real upside in him, which is making the Browns focus on either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. And literally the Browns are about to go into the 2025 NFL season with a quarterback room of Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. Waiting until next year and tanking again is not a real plan in the NFL. All of the Browns' money is tied up into Myles Garrett, who they brought back because fans would have rioted if they didn't, and Deshaun Watson, who the Haslams admitted was a big swing and miss. Look, I am a diehard Browns fan, and I fall into the delusion like everyone else. The Flacco fever hit me when he signed again, and in all honesty, he might have been the second best, if not the best, QB the Browns have had over the last 20 years, sadly. But the situation the Browns are in right now could be worse than the 2014 through 18 era. I'm not saying the Browns will go 0-17, obviously they won't. The reason why I think it's worse is that they have no plan, no direction. But now they have enough talent to get 5 or 6 wins, which is going to keep them out of the Arch Manning race, and all their money is tied into a player that won't be on the team and a player that does not score points in Myles Garrett. Even though I love the guy and I'm happy that he is back. That is why I think the Browns are just completely screwed right now. Real quick though, before I continue on, I have an offer for you guys. With the NBA playoffs coming up and the Cavs about to go on a big playoff run, and then the NFL schedule set to release very shortly, Vivid Seats just gave me a promo code for $20 off any order of $200 or more. And with the way tickets are these days, if you're getting like 2 or 3 tickets, it's going to be $200 anyways. So you might as well use my promo code, which is Premier20, to get $20 off your order. I'll drop the link in the description, and I'll also pin it to the comments as well. Again, no pressure, but if you are planning on going to any sports games coming up, you might as well use this code and do your wallet a big favor. Alright, getting back on track, and the other thing that just doesn't make sense to me is if the Haslams and the Browns front office is just trying to get butts in seats once again, instead of trying to have a real plan to be good or build towards something, why is Nick Chubb still not re-signed? We got him posting Batman Gotham pics on his story, and the Browns won't give him his $5 million. They're going to be paying Watson tens of millions every year, but they can't even give him 5. This is already a failed franchise. Just make it make sense. Sorry, I just had to get all of that off my chest. Being a Browns fan has built up so much anger and frustration inside of me because it's just like torture that I continue to sign up for year in and year out. But hey, in order to be a Cavs and Guards fan, I have to pay my dues and I have to support this mess. So it is what it is. At least I'm not one of those, yeah, I'll say it, one of those bandwagons who roots for the Steelers and then comes over and also is a Cavs fan and Guards fan. And even worse, an Ohio State fan. I don't know how you can proudly just root for all the best teams, but different strokes for different folks, I guess. Anyways, getting back on track and putting all my bias and frustration aside, let's take a look at the upcoming draft because the Browns have a lot to do. And things aren't totally over if there is no QB selected at 2, because in the later rounds, I think there is upside in players like Jalen Milroe and Will Howard. Obviously, those guys won't be ready to do anything crazy in year 1, but the Browns definitely could add somebody to the quarterback room, and I think they have to. But like I said, the number 2 pick right now is down to Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter. And for the last month or so, most mock drafts have had Carter, but now I'm starting to see some switch ups, and I am completely on the Travis Hunter hype. Could you imagine Travis Hunter pairing up with Denzel Ward and Newsome in the secondary, and then on third downs, him playing some offense with Judy and Njoku at tight end? I think that would be super exciting, like for real. But you can definitely argue that things would be the complete opposite of that, because Hunter already made a statement saying that he is willing to play wherever he is needed the most to help the team he is drafted to win. And the Browns definitely need more help at receiver than they do corner. So maybe he will be full-time offense, which is where I think he has the most upside anyways, and then he will come in for important defensive plays. He did say he does not want to play at all if he is not allowed to play every down of the game, but I think that would be nearly impossible at the NFL level. The physicality of the NFL is just way different from college. I think Hunter could play both sides of the ball at all times. It's definitely physically possible, but there is no way that he could do it at an elite level without taking plays off. But I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Another interesting talking point around this upcoming draft is if the Browns can somehow turn their early second round pick into another first. They should be able to do it for pretty cheap, especially with the Eagles, and the reason why this would be valuable for the Browns to do is because if they can get another guy in the first round, they would have him for an extra year, and also moving up gives you a better chance of being able to draft Jackson Dart. But either way, I think the Browns will be able to land Jalen Milroe if they want him. And you can hate on Milroe all you want. I completely get 24 at Alabama, but there is no denying that he has the talent and the ceiling to make it at the NFL level. And honestly, I kind of prefer getting a QB lower in the draft. A generational QB taken with one of the top picks has panned out. Lawrence definitely is just average right now. Bryce Young hasn't been able to figure it out. Trey Lance and Zach Wilson were busts. Really, it's the Josh Allens out of Wyoming that have taken over the NFL. So I'm not against the Browns taking a guy in one of the later rounds because I think there is potential. There's Milroe, there's Dart, there's Will Howard, Kyle McCord, even though I don't really like him. There are going to be arms available that could be worth the gamble. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about what the Browns actually have right now in Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco. We all know what Flacco can do. He did go on a 4-game run where he was the best QB in the league somehow 2 years ago. He was putting up MVP caliber numbers in that stretch, but he definitely now at this point in his career can just be a game manager. Last year, he kind of went back and forth as a starter and backup on the Colts with Anthony Richardson, and even though him starting this season just sounds crazy, it really could happen, especially out of the gate. One thing that I love about Flacco is his consistency. Even as he ages, he's never going to lose his arm talent, and last season, when he was on the field, he had a 65% completion percentage. The dude just has a rubber arm. Those are MVP numbers compared to Watson. And he had a 12-7 interception ratio. That could be a bit problematic. That is one thing about him. He definitely has never seen a throw that he doesn't think he can make, which is a good mindset to have, but obviously it can cause you to run into some problems every now and then, as we saw in that wild card game against the Texans, where he threw like back-to-back pick sixes. If I can recall, that's a game I would like to forget. But in terms of Kenny Pickett, I know I'm not like a football expert, but I have no idea what the Browns see in him. I look at his numbers in 2022, and I see just over 2,000 yards with 7 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Then in 2023, pretty much the same thing, only a 6-4 touchdown to interception ratio. And last season with the Eagles, yeah, he did become a champion, but he only had 290 yards with a 2-1 ratio when he was on the field. So what should make any of us think becoming a Brown is what he needed to finally unlock things? This was a pathetic and useless signing, and it's going to be brutal if he actually ends up on the field. I'm sorry, it had to be said. And again, the thing that just sucks is that the Browns have no plan at QB right now. And the guys they wanted did not want to come to Cleveland. But I think the Browns have enough talent around the quarterback position to be scrappy and win 5 or 6 games. Which puts them out of the race to get one of the top players next year. And the never-ending cycle is going to continue. But hey, at least we get a new stadium, right? I guess for now I'm just going to enjoy the Cavs playoffs and the Guardians season. Maybe I am just a Debbie Downer, but I've said it a million times, if you have season tickets, please stop buying them. Find something else to do. Every dollar that we as a fan base put into the Haslams' pocket is a dollar more to help them stay running the show. Will a new owner change things? Probably not. The franchise is cursed, but yeah, that's really all I have to say. I want to be hyped about the draft, but I have finally reached a breaking point and I can no longer put on an act talking about how the Browns are about to draft some guys and turn everything around, because they're not, and it all starts up top. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world, and let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.